He brought me something fun. So get on in here. The chat's open. We're running late because I had to get an email out.
Let a few people get in, and we'll tell them about it.
Yeah, we'll let some people get in here. I left my coffee in here this morning. I think a load of caffeine. I don't know if you noticed, I plugged the computer and the whole setup over there that has, it's on the generator.
Okay.
But I didn't use
gonna
it
sit down?
yesterday. No. Well, I could. But I'm short. Want to stand up? So everybody get in here. Looking at comments. So we got tea today.
It's kind of a cool day outside here in the mountains of Western North Carolina. We've got a little rain, a little drizzle,
and a hand warmer.
About 60 degrees, so it's been a lot warmer. But today's kind of a nice, cool spring day in the mountains.
This fella here has been pushing me to the limit today because we had a new tool coming in. New tool, and they got here about 1 o'clock this afternoon.
So this is the
let's hold it up between us.
This is the brand new FlyLady kitchen towel. It is microfiber. It's waffle weave. It's very absorbent. It's gonna be a really nice tool to have in your kitchen. It's kind of a what color would you call it? It's kind of a lavender.
It's maybe even lighter than lavender. It's
a really light.
It looks almost white.
It looks almost white, but it's got a smidge of purple in it just to be all FlyLady light.
See, it matches. But he got one of these for Christmas. Who gave you that for Christmas?
I think Emily, my wife, gave it to me, and it's really good kitchen towel. And I've found our manufacturer made us one too. So only difference between the one I got at Christmas time and this one is it's waffle weave on both sides, and it's a little bit more absorbent with the waffle weave.
So y'all find a link. We can't even put a link in because Patty is eating dinner. She got to see the statue of David today. And they were having tiramisu for dinner.
That's funny. Yeah, we got a.
Uh-oh, I fogged up my glasses.
No, it'll come back.
So get on in here. I don't know what that is, but I think I'll just get.
I don't know what that was.
It was
some kind of bot.
Spam.
Anyway, hope everybody's doing well on a Thursday afternoon.
Y'all don't know, Robert and I went to meet Carla and her husband down in Columbia, South Carolina one time.
There you go. No, I'm not sitting on the new stool. I'm still sitting on the ladder. So
I'm gonna have to buy.
We got a stool and it's at the office. I just need to bring it in. We used to have them, two of them here. They're blue, and you didn't like the way they fit.
Well, they broke. So, we took them we got rid of them because they broke.
Well, we've got,
they broke.
But the new product, the FlyLady microfiber kitchen towel. We've had kitchen towels in the past,
but they were 100% cotton.
They were 100% cotton, and cotton's great and all, but they shrink terribly. And sometimes cotton is not too terribly absorbent. It will soak stuff up, but it won't retain it.
And they stained. I use
they stain a lot. These will not stain hardly at all, but if they do at all, because they're microfiber
and they're pale color.
They're kind of a pale color. They have like a color fast color on them.
I haven't had a chance to use one yet, but Cassie has.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. They're very, very. They're one of the best tools I think we've ever had, and
He wants to get a dozen of them for his car washing.
It's not just for kitchens. I'm gonna have to tell you, these things are more absorbent than a FlyLady, a FlyLady purple rag, or any of our other rags.
What about a chamois cloth?
A chamois cloth is still probably more absorbent than these, but yeah, it's you're gonna like these. They're not just for kitchens. I mean, you can use this cleaning, anything in your home pretty much. And if you compare them to let's see here, if you compare them to one of our rags here,
the light blue one.
Yeah, here's a pale blue one. So they're like,
this is 16 by 16, and
these are 16 by 16. This is
16 by 24.
So
look at here.
They're the same fabric as the.
Look at that. It's almost the same size as a calendar.
But these actually have the waffle weave pattern, which is really, a lot of kitchen towels have that.
Let me tell you what Robert did today. He said, honey, if you have a calendar that's kind of like bent or something, I need a calendar. So I had the mini calendar that I'd been using to show people as soon as we get the calendars in. But I gave him that mini calendar, so I don't have a calendar to show.
All right. One of the best things about these, just like with our microfiber rags, these will last a long time.
And you get to take the get ready discount, that 45% discount on them as an introductory price.
Someone says, is that lavender ice or lilac ice in color? I would say maybe a lavender ice.
Yeah, I think it's a lavender ice. We probably could pull the Pantone and tell you.
Yeah, it's a Pantone color that Mom picked out that she liked. It was in the.
My Pantone colors are over there, but
yeah.
It was.
We could have got these in any color, but she wanted them to be like a smidge of purple in them. So, and they tend to go well with most kitchens. If you look at the email that Mom just sent out about it, it'll show pictures that I just took up against our kitchen at the office.
So, and a white plate. Yeah, so you can see the color really well on a white plate.
Right.
But it's a pale color, and I'm excited about them.
Yeah, this will pair well with our kitchen scrub as well. So one to clean the dishes and one to dry the dishes. So there you go. But other than that, I hope everybody's doing well, getting ready for the weekend coming up.
It's the next weekend that we got to get ready for. Party time.
Party time. Yeah, other than that, we're just been busy today. So what's everybody having for dinner tonight?
That's always good to know.
Especially we're on East Coast time, so that'll be coming up before long.
I've been fasting.
Can it be used as a bath towel? It sure can. We could probably get these made. Well, I know we can get them made bigger where they can be a towel. I've got a camp towel that's very similar to this, but it's about 3 feet by 24 inches.
But if you're backpacking like Ethan is right now,
if you're like backpacking,
all you need is something like this.
Yeah. Chicken and dumplings, that sounds pretty good on a day like today that we've got here in the mountains.
Yeah, it does. Monday the 22nd, they got a holiday in Canada.
Victoria Day.
I didn't know that. Lentils with potatoes and carrots, ruby chard and cabbage and sweet onions. Yum. That sounds good. I'm more vegetarian, but I do like my steak every once in a while.
Homemade Alice Springs chicken. That sounds pretty good.
Alice Springs. I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's an Australian town.
Oh.
So I don't exactly know what it is or how they do it, but it's got to be pretty good if it's from Australia. Lobster ravioli, you can't beat that. I'm batching it this week, so I made steak nachos last night. So I'm
Not the frozen pizza.
not the frozen pizza. I had some leftover steak from Mother's Day, and shaved up into little tiny slices, and then put it over a bed of chips and cheese and ranch dressing and jalapenos and pico de gallo, and then baked it for about 15 minutes. So
Yum.
homemade burgers. I did homemade burgers. I've got a really good recipe I'm gonna have to share with y'all, and I think I've got a burger recipe on YouTube, but now
You got a new
I'm
one?
not gonna say I've perfected it, but I have a much better
What did you
burger
do?
recipe. And you know how I have this better? Because we were gonna have burgers, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 months ago, and I'd got all the stuff to make them, and I told the family we were gonna do it, and one of the kids and even my wife said, we can just go out and get burgers because your burgers are not, they're not that good. So I had the gauntlet laid down on me and said I needed to step up on my burger game, and that's exactly what I did. I did a little research and I figured out exactly how to make a really good smash burger.
Smash burger. I think
And so my smash burgers are, I'm cooking on cast iron, big cast iron griddle. And a lot of people do that these days, but I have figured out the best meat to use, which is not the best meat, the best for hamburgers. And I figured out the best combination of spices to put in it that seems to work out pretty good for the smash burger. And I figured out how to do a smash burger.
the Dano's guy does smash burgers every once in a while.
So, and all I'm using is salt and pepper. I don't season them with anything else. And I use a ground chuck. I don't use ground beef. I use ground chuck.
Chuck is beef.
It's beef, but it's
not
80,
hamburger.
It's 80-20, but it's ground from the chuck roast part of it. So anyway, and I roll them into these little balls, and they're all
like quarter pounders.
They're all nice and seasoned, but I don't pad anything out. I just leave them in these little balls, and I get my skillet screaming hot. I mean, like 700-degree hot.
You got a thermometer that reads that?
Yeah, on my grill. So I've got my griddle plate on my grill, and so if I need to throw it on the grill to get rid of some grease,
he has a Blackstone he hasn't used yet.
Yeah, I need to break out. I could do the same thing on the Blackstone, and just get that thing screaming hot, and put some olive oil down, or fry some bacon first. Like, you don't need to use olive oil if you fry bacon first, and because everybody likes bacon on their hamburger.
Yeah.
And so fry some bacon, pull that to the side. Then you get it's all greased up with bacon grease, and then you put your ball of ground chuck down, and then you smash it with something like a big spatula, a big flat,
or the thing that keeps your bacon, the bacon flat.
They make these round cast iron things with a handle. It looks like a little kettlebell, but it's flat. It's made for making smash burgers. So you make them as flat as you can get, and they ended up like I can only do like 2 or 3 burgers at a time because they start out like this big around, like a dinner plate, and then they shrink up, and I mean they're pretty thin, so they cook really fast.
You could take a little iron skillet to flatten it out.
You probably could, but they cook really fast, and you throw some cheese on them. And the other thing about a good burger, and a lot of these food trucks, and this is where I got this recipe online, is a guy that does smash burgers in a food truck, and is the bun. And the bun, I mean, if you're going keto, then you probably don't want a bun, but a good burger has a good bun and the good meat and everything, and good cheese. And so what I do is I take the bun and I roll it in the grease that's on the cast iron skillet, and then I throw it on the grill, and it gets all.
Well, you did that with your
all toasted.
You did that with your other burger video.
But then you put that together and you squish the whole thing down, and you don't even need anything on the burger. You don't need condiments. I mean, you can add pickles and onions and mustard and ketchup or whatever you want to put on your burger, but it's pretty good by itself.
I saw a smash burger done the other day on YouTube, and they had grilled a bunch of onions first and put the burgers down on top of the onions.
Yeah, it's It's about a quarter pound, maybe a third of a pound, but most of them are like a quarter pound balls that I make, and then you squish them down, smash them. So, yeah. But ground chuck is it's not very expensive, but it makes a fine cheeseburger. So smash burger.
So how'd the family like them?
They liked them. They were very proud of my new cheeseburger. So they were like, now we don't have to go out there.
Well, Ethan eat anything.
Oh yeah.
You sent me.
But it always makes you feel bad when they were like, I don't think it'd be better if we just went and got cheeseburgers, Dad. Your burger's not that good, and that that makes you want to step up your game. So, and I appreciate that about.
That's what Ethan was climbing yesterday. Straight up. He's in Utah. I'm glad I got people in Utah.
Yeah, he's been exploring Canyonlands and Arches National Park and stuff around Moab. Yeah, I've had the grass fed ground beef. I've had tried the Wagyu, which is really expensive, and I need to try it again. I've tried it once, and I had that. I had it in a restaurant sometime.
It's like 50-50 fat.
It's got a lot of fat in it, but it was pretty tasty. But it didn't work out so well when I tried to grill it myself. I've got some venison, some ground venison at home too, and I'm going to start to be making more and more of the venison burgers. So.
Well, venison and sausage together.
Mm-hmm. I've made some.
Our ground up bacon.
I've made some meatloaf with the ground venison and sausage. It's really good. Yeah, there's a lot of snow melting out there out west, and especially in Utah and other places, and up high Colorado and along the Sierras. It's
Did they go skiing? They were going over the mountain.
They're going to go skiing on their way back if any of the places are still open, but I'm sure they are. So,
kids.
Anyway, they're out exploring America.
What, Ethan will be 21 his birthday?
Mm-hmm. He'll be 21
in December.
Yep. We've got a pretty good number in here. We got a little over 100 watching this afternoon. But yeah,
that's so good for tea time.
Get your plans ready for dinner and start thinking about the weekend. Tomorrow's Friday, so think about all the things you need to do, like clean out your car, clean out your purse.
And if you want to try a new recipe for Memorial Day weekend,
this is a great time.
We have got some great recipes for summer holidays on our website, and you got to start with the heart attack baked beans.
Heart attack baked beans is good. It's very
and
good.
Our angeled eggs. And there are people who are doing eggs in their Instapot. Doing lots of eggs in their Instapot. Like cook them 5 minutes.
A lot of people are using those air fryers because they don't want to, use peanut oil or any kind of frying oil.
Happy birthday, like Carla, tomorrow.
I haven't tried the Beyond Burger yet. I've eaten.
What's that? Vegetarian?
Yeah, it's a vegan version or whatever, but
it's a fake burger.
Yeah, it looks like ground beef though. It really does. I've seen them in the grocery store, but I've had the. There's a restaurant. There was a restaurant in Nashville, and they had a spicy black bean burger, and it was black looking, like it looked like they had charred the burger down to it was like a briquette, but it was spicy and it was good.
Hey,
it was real good. It was black beans, and I love black beans, so there you go. So, but
I've had a portobello mushroom burger in Boone one time.
Portobellos they're like big pieces of steak, just about. Those things are very filling, and
I spread it out here by the deck. I spread some spores from some mushrooms. I can't remember which mushroom it was, but it's the one that looks crinkly.
Well, as far as any other announcements goes, we've got lots of big sales going on right now, and our calendar pre-sale is still going on, but it's going to be ending real soon. So if you want to take that discount and get the calendar on pre-sale, we should be getting calendars in the next few weeks, if not sooner, and then we'll start to ship all these pre-sales out, and then we'll have them in hand, and they'll be off pre-sale. So
Tamara's going to tell everybody how to do the Instapot eggs. I watched Mrs. Coghill Brooke do them on Coghill Farms, and maybe on her channel, Mrs. Coghill Farms, and she did them in her Instapot, and they were great. She is the.
I've never had the Instapot eggs.
I haven't either, but I have an Instapot. I've had 2 or 3 of them, and given them away, and finally got one.
They're still meeting at 3 daily, Monday through Friday. She has the
Yeah.
Did you
we
miss
were
the
little.
surprise? The surprise is the new FlyLady kitchen towel.
That's 2 of them together. They come one. They don't even come in a package, do they?
We sell them individually. So we might have a few packages that will be coming out with this in it. But I think this is going to be a standard product for FlyLady. It's FlyLady is all about the heart of the home is the kitchen, and kitchen towels are a great thing to have to help clean up, dry, and sanitize things. So
wipe it down. Somebody sent a testimonial yesterday. I told them this morning about starting their morning out with a sink full of hot soapy water. Anytime I'm in the kitchen, I start with a sink full of hot soapy water. Y'all do that too, don't you?
We do that a lot, especially with pots and pans and things like that. Not everybody has nonstick stuff. I still use just a lot of stainless steel cookware, and stuff sticks to that stuff pretty bad. So
I use a lot of cast iron.
You got to soak it. My cast iron cleans so easily. I don't
put mine in soapy water.
I don't put mine in soapy water.
I use this thing, and put hot water in it and swish it around and rinse it out and put it back on the stove with a little avocado oil.
Mm-hmm. We did have we've had a couple different types of kitchen towels. We've had a 7-day, the days of the week towels, and they were cotton, and they were about the same size as this, and they were also a waffle weave like this.
But they were 100% cotton.
You can see
and I loved
waffle
them
pattern
until I wiped my cast iron out with it, and it gets rust on it.
What is it that you use for cast iron? I typically use this to clean it out, but what I do is I get some hot water, and then I'll put the pan, which that's mostly what I use. I'll put that back on the eye or the burner, and I get the cast iron back hot again. When with the water in it, it just releases everything, and then just pour the water out, and then I just wipe it all down, and then once it's all dry, I'll add some. Typically, add the MCT oil to it. You can use
that's coconut oil.
You can use just plain plain coconut oil or anything like that. But the MCT oil, it seems like it soaks into it better than the coconut oil does.
And you need the skillet to be hot.
Yeah, so it's got to be hot. So sometimes I'll wipe it down, and then I'll put it in an oven and turn the oven on low for a little while, and it just really soaks into it.
It works. That's a great way. Now, if you've got a skillet that is all rusted and you hadn't used it in years, you need to scrub it down really well and
scrub it down really well.
Get it hot and put some oil on it and let it cool, and then put some more oil on it, and you'll get it seasoned.
I got a Father's Day present 2 years ago from the family, and they gave me a new cast iron skillet. It's not a terribly huge one. It's just a normal large size, but it's made by this company called Smithy Ironworks out of Charleston, South Carolina.
Wow.
And the inside of it is so machine smooth. It's nonstick, and it's got nothing on it but cast iron. It is the best built cast iron pan I've ever had. And but it doesn't stay pretty for long. It's cast iron, but it's a nice. We cook all kinds of things in there. We do breaded chicken breast and fry them in that and stuff.
What's great about cast iron, especially for women, is you get iron in your system, elemental iron in your wife has been anemic, and I've been anemic. And when you cook with cast iron, and Robert's been anemic, when you cook with cast iron, you're putting good stuff in your system. Now, I don't use any nonstick products. I just don't like them. We've got critters. If you've got birds, you can't use nonstick items. And I love my cast iron. I have cast iron 3 skillets, a griddle that was Granny Deanie's.
Mhm.
So
I like the griddles. The griddles are really nice, and people that use the like a Blackstone or a Camp Chef,
and they give you muscles because you have to pick them up.
those a lot of people have those now, and those are great to cook on, especially if you got a big Blackstone. You can throw like 2 pounds of bacon on that thing at one time.
I
and
watched
cook it.
somebody
It's just
clean
amazing.
a rusty old Blackstone, that a 2-burner Blackstone they were going to take camping in a video yesterday.
Yeah, I watch. I like to go to Waffle House. I don't know if y'all have, if you have Waffle House,
They don't
where
have
you're
any
from,
Waffle Houses in Utah, Carl.
but the I watched a Waffle House. I was sitting at the bar at Waffle House, and I was waiting on them to clean a griddle, and it was a big old Waffle House
Huge griddle.
So they couldn't cook for a few minutes, and they were rebooting it. So basically they were stripping it down. They cleaned it real good, and then it's just bare metal on it. And then they have to season it again. So you know what Waffle Houses use to season theirs with?
Butter.
Bacon.
Bacon.
They put bacon all over it, and it was bacon grease all over. And they were like, as soon as they cooked all that bacon and all that grease got on there, then they just started wiping it onto it, and then it was seasoned again. And then they started cooking sausage and whatever else. So
Yeehaw. I haven't been to a Waffle House.
that is how Waffle House seasons their griddles. So
and you don't want to boil water in a cast iron because you'll ruin your finish. So don't be boiling pasta in your cast iron. But anything you're going to fry in or saute or use butter, I love, or coconut oil in. I love to make eggs in my cast iron.
In Florida, Waffle House is the last place to close before a hurricane. You know, there is a what's it called? It's a Waffle House. Waffle House, I guess it's called levels of like how bad it is outside. It's kind of like the categories for hurricanes. And so Waffle Houses never close. And if a Waffle House does close, I mean, it is usually like the only
Cat
thing
5.
left open that's like feeding people that are there
Feeding
on like a
emergency
relief,
people.
efforts and stuff like that is Waffle House. But if a Waffle House ever closes, your area is in bad shape. So interesting.
But they're the first one to open up too.
They are the first one.
If they haven't been destroyed.
Anyway, but yeah, enjoy preparing for dinner tonight, and get ready for the weekend.
Yeehaw.
The holiday weekend will be here before we know it.
Yeah, what's it, 10 days?
So be thinking about some fun things that you can cook, or if you haven't cooked something, sometimes it's if you want to try something new. I like to always not try something new for the first time in front of people. I like to test it out
at home the family
with just a few people instead of trying something new with a whole bunch of people. So I like to really have it dialed in before I really share it with everybody else. So,
and you should do that for any holiday. You don't want to try something new for Thanksgiving or Christmas. You want to try that ahead of time.
Miss Emily just made some creme brulee in these little ramekins or whatever, and it was her first time to ever make it.
Do you have ramekins? I've got 24 of them.
Got bunch of these little ceramic ramekins, and hers turned out pretty well. And she was able to char the top, and gets the little crusty, sugar crunch on top of it. But it was really nice. So she'll have to try that again. So I miss Waffle House. I live in Ireland. I'm sure there's some pretty good places to get breakfast in Ireland now. I do like those English bangers and Irish bangers that are over there. That's one of my favorite breakfast foods. I'd never get to have. That is a really, really tasty.
Now Patty's in Rome. She's in Florence right now. Robert's sister Robin is on. They're leaving. We're going to have dinner with them before they leave. But they're going to Germany. They haven't been to Germany in a few years, and they're going to Germany. I said, well, we should meet them at the German restaurant before they go to Germany.
Oh, yeah.
When they can get the real stuff over there. Sausages.
Well, just everybody stay safe. And you got anything else?
I think we're good. We
Well,
got show the
rags. Not the rags. Show the kitchen towel one
they
more time.
come one to a pack.
Yeah, 1 2 pack for $9.95.
And you take the
one
discount.
big towel, and you can take the
Take the
coupon
discount.
code on it. So
We got to keep it FlyLady purple.
yeah, so it's a smidge purple, but it's I think it'll go well in with most kitchens. So, and you'll have to hide it, or your husband.
We didn't
use
have
it
the
to dry
option on this.
your husband, or if you like cleaning cars, this will be really nice for drying a car off too. So
You know, it might be
it's
a
not
good
just for kitchens.
good for Father's Day.
Yes. So anyway, good to see everybody.
Does Waffle House have gluten-free waffles? I doubt it.
I think they do have.
Do they?
I think they might have a gluten-free one that they can do.
You know what's a good gluten-free waffle is eggs in the waffle iron.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's been doing a hack for cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, I've seen people do the
take the frozen cinnamon rolls or the canned cinnamon rolls.
Put them in a waffle iron and just smush them down.
But they're doing it in a casserole dish and pouring cream over the top, and then mixing some butter and brown sugar and cinnamon together and pouring that over the top, and then putting it in the oven and then ice it.
Anyway, but yeah.
Okay, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. It's the weekend. Are you ready?
Yep.
Are you ready? Do you know what you're doing for date night? Your wife won't be home, will she?
No. I'm still doing yard work. So.
And Sarah's at camp. She's working at camp in a kitchen.
Yep. She is. All right. Well, it's good to see everybody.
Y'all be good, kind, and sweet. Be good to yourself by not cooking anything new on a holiday. Be kind to others by having a party.
And being prepared for the party.
Yeah, and making sure you got everything in the house to do s'mores or sundaes or what you want. Get it in the house beforehand. Don't wait till the last minute to buy stuff.
Be prepared. Do pantry preparedness.
You want to close us out with a prayer?
I'll close us out with a quick prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we're so thankful for everybody that joined us here today, Lord, and just ask a special prayer of blessing upon them and their families, Lord, and just be with our family as we're apart from them, and just thank you again for your Son Jesus and all He does for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. So let the joy that's inside of here overflow and show the world who you are, a child of the only living God in the universe. I love you all. I'll see you later.
Till next time.